Hey everyone, Britta Albert here. If this is your first time here, I'm a spiritual transformational life coach, and it's my goal for this channel to help you overcome the obstacles that are standing in the way of you living your best and most authentic life. In today's video, I want to talk about what we do when we get in our own way of abundance. Now, if you are familiar with the law of attraction, or you've heard of the book/movie The Secret, you've done any kind of research on manifestation, or find that it's something that you just learned about and you're really curious about it, but you keep getting in your own way. We all manifest all the time. We are the creators of our reality. Whether this is new news to you or not, this is something that you've been doing your entire life, whether you are aware of it or not. We are masters at manifesting, and a lot of the times we might manifest things that we don't necessarily want. But what happens when you're in alignment with your heart and you start to finally manifest the life of your dreams? Well, on the surface level, we feel like that's exactly what we want, right? But we know in order to get that, everything has to be in a full balance. Or does it? There are many belief systems out there that tells you you have to check off all of these little things on a list. You have to get enough sleep. You have to take care of your body with exercise. You have to be able to astral project. You have to have a vegan diet. You have to be a spiritual person. You have to meditate. You have to say mantras and repeat the things that you want over and over again. You have to feel as if you already have that. You have to live as if you already have that. You have to live as if that's already the lifestyle that you have. But then you get caught in this, well, what's wisdom and what is living irresponsibly? And then there has to be a balance between that. There's so many different do's and don'ts when it comes to manifestation. But what if there's a different way? Now, this way is so much easier. Instead of you trying to raise your vibration, trying to get yourself to the frequency of what Esther Hicks would call or Abraham Hicks would call the vortex, trying to match that. The way things are now and the shifts that are happening is changing the game when it comes to manifestation. Here's the thing. There's rules and there's no rules. And it comes down to our belief systems. So if I were to tell myself, I still need to clear this childhood trauma, I still need to heal this thing, I need to lose this weight, I need to get my body right, I need to get a balance between my mind, body, spirit, I need to do all of these things in order to finally get to the point where I can start manifesting, that's not true. But if I believe that's true, then it will be true. Does that make sense? So think about it this way. If we've been manifesting our entire lives and we manifest a bad day because we just know we're going to have a bad day today, we know that traffic is going to be horrible on the way to work. This is later on when life goes back to normal. We just know that such and such is going to annoy us when we get to work. And then what happens? It's exactly like we thought. Then our egos get this boost because we have that I told you so mentality. The actions that we see unfold before us justifies that belief system that we woke up that morning with. Then that turns into part of our character, and we decide that this is the type of person that we are. Well, you might be right. That might be the outcome that happens. Even though you're unhappy with the results, your ego is secretly congratulating itself for predicting or being right this outcome that we thought was going to happen, this outcome that we ended up experiencing. And you could say, well, no, it has nothing to do with that. This is things that I've experienced before. This is patterns that I've seen over and over again. This has nothing to do with manifestation. This is simply logic, recognizing patterns and understanding that this is the same thing that happens day after day after day. Of course it does. You constantly believe that it's the same thing that's going to happen day after day after day. And if you don't believe me, Try something else. Here's where it gets a little bit tricky, because you actually can change your belief systems. You can accomplish manifestation any way you want to accomplish it. There's no right way. There are easier ways. There are faster ways. There are more efficient ways. You can make quantum jumps, but it requires you to change your belief system. So say, for example, with me and my coaching business, I have encountered some roadblocks when it comes to my website and some frustrations, and I'm telling myself, I can't be a successful coach. I can't have a successful business until I get my website up and running, until I hit A, B, C, D, all on my list of to-dos of what I feel like a successful business looks like. Now, is that true? I know in my heart I have enough experience, I have enough knowledge, I have enough value that does not need to be true. It does not need to be my truth. But simultaneously, I'm sitting here and I'm putting out into the universe that I need to lose weight before people will want to work with me. And I need to get my website up and running before anybody can find me. And all of these things that are just not true, but I'm feeling them in the moment. I'm believing them in the moment. And that's what I'm putting out into the universe. So that's what I'm getting back. So in a way, I am manifesting. It's just not what I want to be manifesting. I want to be manifesting my dream clients. I want to be manifesting these deep, rich relationships that I have with my new best friends. I want to manifest the financial stability and abundance and lifestyle that we want to live. So how am I getting in my own way? And how can I get out of my way to allow what's coming? I'm seeing the synchronicities. I'm seeing 11:11. I'm seeing 1:11. I'm seeing 10:10. I'm seeing all of these things over and over again telling me it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. All of these things, they're here. It's about to unfold. All of these affirmations and confirmations from my guides, from angels, from God, whatever you want to call it, from the universe, encouraging me to stay on my path. And I'm here. And I hear them and I see them. And every time I see a synchronicity, I'll look it up. And just, even though I've seen it a million times, I look it up every single time and I reread it just to get my mind on the same page as my spirit. So where am I going wrong? Where am I holding myself back? Because I don't need to heal those traumas in order to continue. It's not required for me to reach a certain level of enlightenment to have success with my business. It's not required for me to check all of these boxes in order to draw to me, to manifest the life that I'm wanting. They'll come as I go. But I don't need them to be in, again, quoting Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, the vortex. I can go straight to there and draw it to me simultaneously. Before, you had to sit and you had to raise your vibration. You had to feel and become in alignment with those feelings and bring it to you and draw you to it. It's a really slow, dense process. It's not that way anymore. And it's going to continue to get easier the more that we learn. So what you do now is you change your belief systems. This is just one way. However you want to do it, that's fine. For me, I'm learning that this is the most efficient way. This is the easiest with less resistance and the fastest. Sometimes it's immediate. Sometimes it takes a couple days. Sometimes it takes a couple weeks. Sometimes it takes a couple months. But instead of trying to bring myself emotionally to a certain level, to think about the things that I want, to feel as if I already have them, to picture myself day-to-day life in that space that I'm manifesting, this life that I want, I do think about that and I bring myself to it, but in that same way, I'm also pulling it to me. And I'm pulling it to me by changing my beliefs. Because it's not just the feeling of being in it. And it's not just the feeling of knowing it's coming. I can know that it's coming for my entire life. You look at Abraham and Sarai, and Isaac was prophesied 80 years before he actually came. You can know something is coming for a long time, and it still takes a freaking long time. But I'm telling you, you don't have to do that anymore unless you want to. So you believe that it is that way, it will be that way. If you believe that it doesn't have to be that way, then it doesn't have to be that way. And I know this is such an esoteric thing to try to describe. It's very difficult. Yes, we will continue to heal. We will continue to grow mentally and spiritually, physically, and become in alignment. But you don't have to do all of that before you can start living your dream. You can have it all now and know that it will grow with you. Some people can master this so quickly that you really do a quantum jump. You can be discovered overnight and go from broke to abundance literally overnight. You can wake up the next morning and have 1 million YouTube subscribers. You can wake up in the next morning and somebody discovered a mixtape that you made and they want to be your producer. You can wake up the next morning to a letter in your mailbox from a publisher saying that they love your idea and they want to turn it into a book or a movie. These things happen, they really do. You can make quantum jumps, but there is always something that comes along with them, and you have to understand that you might not be at that maturity level to handle it in that moment. Some people are masters at manifesting, but they're not mentally ready for it. They're not spiritually ready for it. And when they get it, then they lose it. And sometimes that's just something that they chose to experience, to have that experience, know what that's like. Sometimes people lose it, they learn, and then they get it back. I am one of the people who would rather grow with my dream together, but not take forever in the process either. So what I'm trying to say is, every time I tell myself that something is blocking me, then something is really blocking me because I've just created it. I've literally just created a block for myself when I say something is blocking me. So I need to remember to be very careful about the things that I'm thinking right now, because it is happening at it has the potential to be instantaneous. You have to believe it can be instantaneous somewhere within you, but it has the potential. It has the potential to be instantaneous. So the things that I say, I create. I am co-creating this life with all of you. So for my part of this co-creation, what am I saying? What am I believing? Am I believing that I have to check all these boxes? I can. I absolutely can if I want to experience that. Or am I believing that it's not necessary? I will heal. I know that. I will address traumas that I'm still working through. I know that. It is not necessary for me to check all the boxes on my list before I can start to move into the life of abundance, before I can start to move into having really awesome clients. But you just have to decide for you which one you want and truly balance your belief to reflect what you're wanting. What do you want it to be? A slower pace? Do you want to be a medium pace? Do you want it to be a really fast pace? Do you want it to be an instantaneous pace? Weigh the pros and cons. Are you ready for that? Everything comes along with it. Can you handle it without losing it? A lot of people can. You can ask that or believe that the right people to bring you wisdom are going to come into your life. They're going to show you how to handle it all. They're going to help you cope with the growing pains. They're going to help you cope with the added stress. They're going to help you cope with whatever comes with your success. Because remember, as you go up in grade in school, you don't stay at kindergarten work when you are a senior in high school, when you're in the 12th grade. You do 12th grade math, you do 12th grade English, you do 12th grade whatever it is that you learn in your school. The work gets harder, it gets more challenging, but the reward is also much bigger. If this resonated with you, I ask that you please share it with somebody who you think needs to hear it as well. Also, give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And also hit that bell notification so that you never miss out on a video. I love you all so much. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you soon.